I'd like to welcome everybody here to round 8 of 9. In the booth is myself, Ray Punchline, and on the left is Brian Kowal, rather. And we're about to watch Patrick Chapin and Matt Nass battle it off here. I believe both players are undefeated. It's not 100% confirmed, but
look at that hair. That is the hair of a champion, ladies and gentlemen.
And look at that, Matt Nass. That's Matt Nass. There's Brad Nelson in the background. You guys are catching there. Chapin has so much money in his wallet he can't even close it. Look at that. Either that or receipts.
Big timer.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Look at the hair. You guys didn't know, see it earlier. Now you see it. Patrick Chapin's hair. Friends told him he needed a haircut. He went to his stylist, said, "Do what you do," and
that's what they did.
Patrick Chapin hair.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? You're jealous. I think that's it, right? You're jealous.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm real jealous. So jealous. Where's your shot of my soda?
Probably still driving around. It's a nice day outside.
How's he driving around? Just in car, is he?
Oh look, we can see through the cards because the software we're using is letting you see through the sleeves.
Whoa, that's so crazy.
It's really showing whatever's on our computer screen. It's kind of wild. Can you take Patrick Chapin seriously like that? He could just easily shave that off in a second, so.
That guy is very serious. He is ready to battle.
What, is he going to put out another book, Next Level Magic 2? Teach us how to get even better. Have you ever read his book?
I've read parts of it. Yeah, I got one from him.
Why haven't you read it?
What?
I'm going to call you out. I'll tell him.
I'm a bad friend. Half that stuff is stuff I talk at you.
Yeah, you're going to have to watch the Dirty Man.
Same reason I don't read all his magic materials.
I tell him you read it, like, great article. I've liked it on Facebook 3 times.
Yeah. Can I just press like and not have to read this?
Who's your favorite author?
Oh, I know you guys.
Patrick Sullivan.
I see you remember
He doesn't write that often.
He writes seldom enough that I keep up with the material, and it's always a good read.
How about the regular writers?
I haven't been reading that much. Let's see.
Videos? I'll count videos as articles.
I don't really watch videos either. I've been keeping up.
You've been keeping up.
I mean, I'll watch like
some GG's live.
I will watch GG's live. I spend a lot more hours watching GG's live than I have reading articles in the last few years.
MTG Pro Forever 123. I'd honestly be so happy if you get a feature match on GG's live sometime.
GP competitors,
keep trying.
Before we get this round started, I'm going to ask you a favor. This round and next round, please do not engage in any behavior that we might consider
I learn a lot more watching games than reading an article.
or anything else illegal.
Because you can read an
No
article.
random determination of an outcome
You don't
of the
really
game.
know how the
No offering
games play out.
packs
Just
for
even
players'
that
loot
you read
or
the
anything
sideboard
like that.
tips. Well, you don't
If you have a question about what might be legal or illegal, ask the judge out of the earshot of your opponent, please.
Looks like it's going to be another Congo mirror.
That said, this is round 8. You may begin the button. If you don't have an opponent, raise your hand. Judge will come help you.
Chapin is good. I mean, Nass is good. Slams that preordained down, draws 2 guys, puts it 2 guys, takes 1. Puts them both in the bottom, draws a Tectonic and drop it.
That's true. Chapin draws Stoneforge, you see? He's going to play his own Seacrum Ghost. Yes. Stoneforge from that. Might be getting a sword and feast and famine.
Maybe,
That's
just
true.
maybe. This seems very familiar. Nass looks pretty happy about his play. See
more can you ask for?
Chapin with a Stoneforge Mystic too, playing the Inkoff Nexus. The Inkoff Nexus that was mentioned earlier.
Yep.
A lot of players playing the Inkoff Nexus so they have an invasive way to get blue on turn 4 with a sword.
I think it's a pretty clever choice, honestly.
Yeah, I like the idea. And you can randomly infect
Maybe
people.
they just play 4.
How often do you think you infect people that night?
It's not
I think
real
it's
fun.
I think it's more about like getting the discard on tap your lands going as quickly as possible.
Randomly infecting people is fun too, though.
Yeah.
Though it rarely happens, I'm sure. Shaping here. All players just mimicking each other. Uh-oh. Chapin's not going to sneak into sword. He's going to do something else.
He's going to play another Stoneforge Mystic. Somebody's bumping the camera.
Oh, Rashad's fixing the camera.
Rashad's been in.
Yeah. So another sword searched up here. So is Pat just planning to trump block? Because now he's not in position to sneak a sword in either. Sword gets equipped. Comes in and Pat just chump blocks right there. So Matt missed a land drop right there. Planes played by Pat. And a mortar pod. That doesn't chump block Stoneforge Mystic very well.
What do you think will happen if the Sword of War and Peace actually destroys an artifact? I was thinking it would like just mess with everything.
God, that would be so. You would have to play it. That'd make things so crazy. Stoneforge goes up even higher. Stoneforge could have been had for $2 like 6 months ago.
I don't think it was ever that cheap, was it?
$2 to $5 in the range. Man, he drew his Inkmoth Nexus, looks like. And Jason Mindscope, let's see if there's anything to get through that.
You can bounce the Mortapod here, attack with his Stoneforge Mystic, and Chapin would have to
Mortapod's
either throw away
already
his
black.
last creature.
So it can't block anyways.
Oh, yeah. You can bounce the Stoneforge Mystic and just keep going here. It seems like a play. Good thing.
Seems fine. That's what Matt ends up doing. Alright, Stoneforge Mystic comes in. Fortunately, not gonna. Pat can't block that.
Block?
No,
No,
Pat tries to
no,
block
no,
it.
no.
Sorry?
Then
Oh,
Pat
protection.
reads it's
Right,
black.
right.
That was a plan.
Alright, we're going to 17.
I forgot that Mortapod was black. Or the Mortapod Germ Cookie was black.
Chapin is going to discard a land.
So like the skull. A Scalding Tarn is going to get
Tarn.
discarded by a Chapin there.
Because they're both playing like the reverse setup of what most people play. Like as far as like how they lay their cards out. Usually the guy on the right has his library to his right.
Oh, yeah.
Both players have their libraries to the right.
Tumble Magnet. Tumble Magnet's going to get. It's looking kind of bad for Pat here.
Yeah, this isn't looking great.
I'm guessing Gideon would be helpful. So Pat plays a Gideon here. He does have a Gideon, makes him all attack. Be helpful, but I don't know what is the plan after that hit. Buys a couple turns there. Maybe he could find his own Tumble Magnet. Slow down Matt a bit.
I don't know what he can do here. Plays like he could just kill Jace. Hope to deal with everything else in the next turn.
Yeah, but Tumble Magnet, he can't really get to Jace.
Wow,
Oh, there's one counter Jace?
that Inkmoth Nexus is so good right now. Like, he can... Like, normally you'd be able to play Gideon and just, like, -2 his Stoneforge Mystic, and then, like, you can't attack back, but now he can just equip up the Nexus and swing.
So let's see what options he has. Planes and Secret Post tapped, but
Looks like he has his own Tumble Magnet, which should help him out a little bit.
what by time?
Anybody need a blue?
So,
I did, but it's in one of the bags. I think it's still over there. I'm gonna drink it now.
So Pat plays out a Tumble Magnet, puts a sword in his Mortar Pod, and he's just going to start eating counters off the Tumble Magnet. And Pat passes the turn. Alright, so giving himself a little protection from the Stoneforge Mystic would be nice right now. Let's see what Matt can do here. Having a Jace out and nothing to counteract it. Pretty good for him. See, Matt's casting
Squadron Hawk. Oh yeah, those are good in these decks too.
They played that card.
He's gonna get the whole squadron, I'm guessing.
I want to play Phyrexian Crusader. Crusader. See how sweet Phyrexian Crusader would be in these situations?
Probably clear an attack step and get his guy tapped.
Matt's going to play. In the off chance his guy doesn't get tapped, still has to shuffle his deck, right?
Set your deck.
And Jason's Squadron Hawk is such a fun thing to do.
Yeah. That's why I'm not so sure that Squadron Hawk isn't a legacy card. You know, just brainstorm.
We had the Patrick Chapin here in the booth too. He's amazing. We had to back up the camera 5 more feet so we could get it all in the view. Not really. They're thinking real hard here, man. Played a couple Squadron Hawks.
Chapin is just
untapped.
untapped. He's down a card from the sword action, and Matt Nass is stuck at Jace and is somewhat in control now.
Preordain?
He was going to preordain. Found a Gideon. Putting on top.
Playing a Gideon. So it helps a little bit here.
Maybe he didn't have a Gideon before.
So let's see what Gideon does here.
Yeah, Jason.
No tumble magnet counters used.
No need.
Got to really manage those tumble magnet counters.
It's kind of funny that a counter on an artifact is worth more than a 1/1 flyer.
Yeah. At the same counter one, those turns that where you decide you have to tap out, protect your Gideon, protect your Jace.
You know what? That's their booth right there. The first one with the yellow sign. That's the pastime. That's the store. Thank you.
What's going on here? So after jump blocking, Patrick plays another land, just passes his turn. Matt Nass back on his side. What can Matt do here? That's why I can't play Cargo. It's too complicated. What do I do now?
It is a complicated match. It's just a lot of cards, a lot of things going on.
Sword and Feast of Family. Second copy.
Hard cast.
It's where things get annoying for one player.
We're chaping now, but can't tap both those guys.
Mortar Pod, sacrifice the Squadron Hook. Finally gets used. Mortar Pod worked extra. No, Mortar Pod Germ Token worked extra hard this game.
Yeah.
He got rid of
You get a lot
two
of work out of
Squadron
the guy.
Hooks, a counter off Tumble Magnet, and now it's left here for more action.
These guys are taking a lot of time in this first game.
Stoneforge just gets tapped.
Down to one counter on Chapin's Stolen Magnet.
So why was
Technically, that Mortar Pod is not tapped.
So why was that tapped?
What? He
Why
attacked
would-
with the creature.
I mean, why did he bounce the Stoneforge next time?
Not exactly sure. This seemed like an odd play.
It's almost like he traded a Jace counter for a Tumble Magnet counter again.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I can think of.
because he still has two counters on his Tumble Magnet.
Yeah. So bouncing it basically traded a counter on that. Yeah, for people just joining us, this is Grand Prix Dallas. The booth right now is myself, Ray Punzla, and Brian Kowal. We are watching Matt Nass on the right and Patrick Chapin on the left. The Congo mirror match. Might even be the 75 mirror. Looks pretty
We're in
close.
round 8 of the tournament. Well, these guys kind of work with the same people, so there's reason to believe that they have very close lists.
Chapin sporting the pink, was it pink, purple mohawk?
Just set up the tripod.
Something like that.
Something that Kowal is not a fan of.
I don't hate it.
Inkmouth Nexus loses a counter. Takes a counter off Tumble Magnet. And Gideon comes in.
That was a nice play on Chapin's part, I think. He, what he did was he activated the Inkmouth Nexus. No equips, but just like threatening to kill the Jace, Ness has to use his Tumble Magnet counter to tap it. So I think he would have made Matt K on a kind of misplay, actually, really, like, with the bounce play.
Yeah,
the bounce play, I don't think was necessarily correct in that position.
The bounce play felt real weird there.
Yeah.
Nice to Jason.
Remind our listeners about Bride Utility.
Level 5 Judge Sheldon Henry would like to remind you listeners out there not to bribe anyone.
Yeah, if you're playing in a match, I don't care how bad it's going, it's not worth any money in your wallet to try to get out of that.
I don't know. Someone said, well, I'm a millionaire. And I'm like, all right, guess I won't play Magic anymore.
I guess you get one, you know.
You get one really, make it really, really, really awesome.
Maybe
$1 billion. Like, well, but for the most part, you should not be taking anything.
Yeah.
Most people.
Sheldon just walked by. It sounds like he might have caught somebody with a bribe. Looks like Matt Ness has more than one Inkmouth Nexus in his little brew here.
Probably just take a tumble. Oh, there's no more Tumble Magnet tokens.
He's gonna equip twice.
And that will take care of Gideon.
Unless he just hits Chapin. Certainly seems good to just make your opponent discard 2 cards and tap all your lands. Yeah, he's gonna hit Chapin with this for 5 poison.
That's scary. So Chapin's gonna take 5 poison. We don't have the poison counter up. Did you see the shot? Ask him about if there's a poison. Oh, you did?
What? Did he put it up there? Oh, okay.
So Chapin has 5 poison.
Matt untaps all those lands.
What to do, Nass takes care of Chapin's Inkmouth Nexus. Squadron Hawk now.
I don't think his misplay was enough. I think he's burying Chapin. It looks like he's just going to bury Chapin here. Even with the Gideon input.
Stoneforge Mystic. Another. Now Mortar Pod.
Maybe they are playing the same list.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. You don't even know box. Yeah, do I know that? You're just gonna land stuff. What? Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like what the heck.
Stoneforge Mystic. See if the Mortar Pod comes to play. Is there another play that they can do?
I don't see why not. I mean, I don't know why he'd leave more men.
Things are looking real tough for Chapin.
Yeah.
Gideon will buy him a turn.
Chapin should be conceding or something. Like, this is taking up a lot of time.
There's still 30 minutes left in the round.
Stop watching this matchup.
Yeah. Because all it takes is another game like this. If game 2's like this,
Yeah.
Matt could easily take the game. Matt could just develop a chord state where he just tries to prolong the game rather than win it. There's Gideon attacking.
Attacking? Jace? Attacking Matt? I don't know.
That's rid of that. Stoneforge Mystic. He gets equipped with the Mortar Pod.
Why not equip Jace here and sack Jace to kill Gideon? That seems alright, right?
What's that?
I thought he might sack Gideon to kill Jace there. I was kind of excited that might be the play that ended up happening. Because, I don't know, Gideon's not doing much right now.
This way he can. How many counters does Jace have? One? It looks like Patrick is just trying to protect himself from another sword hit. So he needs the Mortar Pod out there so he can get rid of Ink Mouth Nexus.
Yeah, that's true.
And he needs a Tectonic Edge to get rid of Ink Mouth Nexus. But if Matt Nass just bounces Stoneforge Mystic. Oh no, that's still not enough because he only can equip. It was only 3 poison damage if he splits the swords.
Chapin still have a counter on his Tumble Magnet?
He has 1 counter left on Tumble Magnet.
He did.
Right, there's an oust there. Chapin probably has a sack this regardless.
I think that's game. Or wait, he still has Tectonic Edge up.
So no, Matt could
Now I know how Paul Reed's feels.
come in with both. Yeah, come in with both guys. You wanted. Stoneforge gets tapped down. Squadron hooks and a Mortar Pod. Things not looking good for Pat here. Right.
I think Chapin can play a few more turns in the future.
Sometimes it's good to play it out. Other times when you need the time and the clock, in this kind of matchup, you just gotta scoop when you know you're way behind.
Right.
While the players get ready for game 2, we'd like to thank our sponsors. So for the Pastimes.net, Pastimes.net is the host of this Grand Prix. We also have TCGplayer.com. You can see all the prices scroll throughout the entire weekend. And we also have Gaming Etc. We'll do that in a second. Gaming Etc. reminds you to always blame
Kibler.
Blame Kibler, Monster Binders, T-shirts, all available on GamingEtc.com. Go to tinyurl.com/Blame Kibler. That will take you to Blame Kibler Facebook group. There we can blame Kibler for all your problems. It only checks it once in a while. So use your coupon code GGSLive and save 10% off your entire purchase from everything from singles, Blame Kibler supplies, and other game supplies. Thank you, Gaming Etc. All
They have
over the
everything there.
sponsors.
Pretty much everything. Blame Kibler. Blame Kibler.
Blame Kibler for everything. Like Pat probably should blame Kibler right here if he loses this match.
I mean, he almost got infected out.
Getting infected out, it's Kibler.
That's
thing to do.
Kibler pretty much.
Matt has his cheat sheet in his pocket. Busted out his notes. What do I do when I play this matchup?
The mirror. Didn't think I was gonna run into this one.
Maybe he has a
What's
Patrick.
my plan?
Maybe he has a Patrick Chapin section.
Yeah.
It's a Pat
Maybe it was like,
Chapin.
oh, listen, okay, I know what happens when I play most people, but what do I when I play Chapin? What do I do? I always figure out about the whole list of what to do.
Pat's friends with everyone though, so maybe he talked to LSV. He's like, "Did you read the notes?" Oh, it's just drawings and stuff. It gets him motivated. It's not really notes. Yes, in the basketball shorts. Someone asked, basketball shorts or no? I answered yes.
Yes.
I don't think he comes in any other version.
Can't mess with success.
Chapin's ready to go. He gave it a quick shuffle. He understands time's of the essence here. And serious mode.
Chapin is such a weird mix sometimes of easygoing, joking around, and seriousness. You know? Like,
I've only seen seriousness only in gameplay. And it's
Yeah.
really it. I don't see that too much. Like
I know sometimes we'll be discussing something and it'll be like, all of a sudden turn around and
you just hit the right
he'll
subject.
take us, like, I'll start taking a stand here now.
Here's a preordained. Both cards were sent to the bottom for Chapin. Matt Nass leads off with a Celestial Colonnade. Turn to Stoneforge Mystic for Chapin. This is the ideal start.
So the time for a Sword Feast and Famine.
Looks like he's playing a significant speed, like one speed faster at least than the previous game. Matt Nass seems like one of the players that mimics the speed of the opponent. Chapin started playing fast, and now Matt is playing a lot faster than he was in every other game.
Yeah. They're both playing it slow, I thought, in this game. Like, Matt was definitely playing a little slower, I'd say, but, like, I don't know, I think they were both taking a reasonable amount.
Yeah. This game, though, they're both playing a lot faster, and I think Matt is more mimicking Chapin's style than increasing his pace of play. Preordained for Matt. Island to the bottom, one on top, draws a card on top. Was a preordained. Sword of Feast of Famine comes in.
Can't help think he's gonna just crack here.
And bench.
And eats his Mystic. And Chapin falls up with Tectonic Edge to stop the Inkmoth Nexus equipment shenanigans from happening. Where'd that sword go?
It looks like the judge wanted to read it. He hasn't seen this sword before.
Yeah.
It's not a very popular sword.
I'm not familiar with that one. Nice little bauble, wizard.
Excellent. That. Phase 2. Start squadron hopping here. It's not ever good when you're starting in the position where you have to chump block.
Can't let that sword hit you, though.
Yeah, 2 Squadron Hawks. That on tips.
See, this is where that red-white sword would come in really handy, you know? Another chicken dinner.
Is there Gideon coming out or anything sweet coming? Or is this just going to be... Alright, land's cracked. More like... Looks like a Gideon.
Looks like a
play.
Gideon.
You don't just crack the land for no reason.
Right, kind of like...
True. Poor game. Huh. Maybe he didn't. Why did he crack the land? Squadron Hawk. Three Hawks searched up by Chapin here. Now preordained. It's the Prime and Sun Titan. Looks like cards you want to keep on top.
Not bad.
Draws at the Prime. Chapin's still at like 60, 70 miles an hour.
Think he's gonna equip? Nope.
See what he does. Starts off with the equip with a sword and a bash. Swallows up one of his Squadron Hawk relatives.
So much jump blocking going back and forth this matchup.
Alright. Sun Titan for Chapin.
Sometime can be pretty good here, I think. Might get into that phase 2 that we were talking about earlier, where it's like, it's not about the little dudes anymore. I wonder if he has a 6th land, though.
Oh, definitely does not have the 6th land. Chip looks like he'll make sure he has the Prime man on.
Another one bites the dust.
Passes the turn there. Matt bashes with his Squadron Hawk, Chapin chumps blocks. Looks like Matt might be considering laying down his Sun Titan. There's a 6th land, and Jason Mind Sculptor. That's going to get deprived.
I would think so. I think Matt's right. Maybe Matt does have a counter back. He does.
And bounces.
Looked like a pretty bad interaction for Chapin.
So now Chapin doesn't have a sorted guy.
Doesn't have a guy to attack Chase. This is all falling in place for Matt Nass.
Things are looking good for Nass now.
Looking a little nasty for Chapin. Alright, maybe.
Love the Matt Nass jokes. They're the greatest ever. Stoneforge Mystic and Sword of Beast Man.
Does he have the mark pot already?
No more equipment for a Chapin. So Matt, you could bounce Squadron Hawk, bash, you could... Maybe if you bounce the Squadron Hawk, you could also get in with his Glacial Fortress. I mean, not his Glacial Fortress, Celestial Colony. Or just lay out your Sun Titan. And Squadron Hawk comes in.
Not looking good. Discard a 2nd sword.
So that does, draws a Tectonic Edge, replace the Tectonic Edge there. He has 7 land available. Sword of Feast and Famine, number 2. Stoneforge gets that, and he passes the turn finally.
needs a day here.
It needs a day. Day would be. The thing is, day's only helpful, but it's not. It doesn't get him out of the waters by any means.
Gives us a breathing room for sure.
Preordained. Tumble magnet helps somewhat.
It's a little band-aid for him.
Timothy Burke. Timothy Burke. If you are in the room, this is the maintain.
Now Squadron
Timothy
Hawk.
Burke.
Alright, let's see how this turn for Matt plays out. He has a lot of options now. Tries to Gideon. Things keep getting better for Matt Nass.
Feels like that's how these games go, though. You get a little bit of advantage, and it just pulls into like more and more for you.
Squadron Hawk bounces. Ickmoth next is turns active. Gonna get equipped here, avoid the sword of feast and famine. Can Matt use this last 3 mana for anything special? Probably use your Tectonic Edge. Use Tectonic Edge and start bringing it back with your Sun Titan.
That's your edge.
That's what Tectonic Edge.
It's a good card.
Has to tap the Sun Titan to keep from getting landlocked.
Takes 3 poison there, 3 damage, and 3 regular damage. Losing 2 cards. Preordained by Matt. The preordained, he could have just used it earlier.
You can't see the infection, but
Wait, Sun Titan. Reset. And then the return.
how does Jamin get out of this?
He needs a Damn Judgment and a Tectonic Edge. Alright. And a Gideon. Uh-oh. Gideon now forces an attack. Pat needs planar cleansing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is he playing that card? Planar cleansing?
I had a hard time thinking of what runners would get him out of this. Looked like he put 2 Stormforges to the bottom. Druid Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Doesn't really do much. How often can you say that? Drew Jason has a Jason Mind Sculptor. Not going to do much.
To draw Phyrexian Revoker, turn off the swords. Then I don't know.
Unequip that other sword.
Oh, we know Patrick's a fan of this card.
So what is he going to do? Let's see, he bounces Sun Titan. He can tap it, bounces the... He might just have to draw and try to find a sequence of cards that will help him win this game. Squadron. Just Pamp as a return. It's not looking good for him still. Yeah.
That draws, and
Bob Nexus gets activated.
Ink Moth. Cook the Ink Moth.
See, Tumble Magnet gets another one off. Sun Titan probably.
Plays a Colonnade for the turn. Edges a land.
He realizes he could just wait for Sun Titan's trigger.
Use Jace.
Maybe trades Baby Jace away. Matt makes a bunch of creatures. Yep, makes Gideon a creature.
Attack with Gideon.
Yeah, he just believing that touch was the making a creature.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Okay, Sun Titan gets tapped down. Everyone's coming in.
Sometimes you just gotta beat.
Squadronauts in a block. Something.
It's gonna take 4 damage, 3 infect tokens,
It
and
might be 6 in fact, depending what he blocked with.
discard his hand.
6 poison, so you block.
He hasn't discarded 2 yet, has he?
Okay, cheap and still looking for that miracle.
Well, he knows the top 3 cards in his deck. He knows it's not going to be there. He just chased last turn.
James like, yeah, this is rough. Chapin only gets one of these cards.
Yeah, I can't see how he's not has been drawn blood the last 2 turns.
This game just looks. This game's been over for a while, but you gotta
Yeah.
play it out and see.
Right.
Maybe Matt will make that slip up, and then you'll draw your runner. And Jacob finally passes the turn here. There's 9 life, 6 poison, 1 tumble magnet counter. All these numbers you gotta pay attention to on the board. Over there on Matt Nass's side is Gideon, Sun Titan, Stoneforge Mystic, Equip, Squadron Hawks. Inkmoth Nexus sitting back in the reserves there. Celestial Colonnade is going to get activated now. Mount Nexus is in there for value. No need even.
Yeah. All the cards in this deck are so good.
Sun Titan gets tapped down. No more counters on the Tumble Magnet for Chapin.
And an Alpha Strike.
So 6, 12, 13 regular damage, 17 regular damage.
1 Stoneforge Mystic is not going to be enough to block all of this.
And 1 poison coming through.
William Stevenson. William Stevenson.
Into the row.
Main event stage. William
Divine
Stevenson.
Offering.
I think James is playing.
Divine Offering.
Divine Offering.
So there's 3,
It's going to take 9.
7, 8, 9. Do we have the wrong life totals?
Do we have wrong life totals or something?
3, 3, 7, 8, 9. We might have the wrong life totals.
Well, according to our count, he's dead, but
It was 9 damage. The chat will correct us if we can't add. But 3 plus 4 plus 1 plus 1. It only took 6 damage there somehow. So we had the wrong life total or something.
he still has his Jace.
Oh, he gained 3 life from the Divine Offering.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Forgot about that. Ain't nothing else going on. See, what is Chapin possibly going to hope for now?
Well, I think it starts with brainstorming, unless he drew something that.
He brainstorms, can't do much. If he could play 2 cards this turn, what would it be? He has 6 mana. What 2 cards can he play in your deck? Day of Judgment and
He could Volition Reigns the Gideon, make all his creatures attack. And then
pass a turn, watch Gideon die, and then be in the same situation, except no. Then you can draw Volition Reigns and something else.
But then Matt gets to bring back something.
Oh yeah, there's a Sun Titan hitting you. You guys can't see it, it's off the board right now. Alright, Chapin draws Gideon, and the Glacial Fortress. And he's as dead as could be.
Yeah.
Chapin just hoping. I don't know what he's hoping for. Can't really blame him for keep on playing if you. He does have a Sun Titan in his hand. Play Sun Titan. Get back a Hawk. Now what? Because there's a Celestial Colonnade that could attack for the kill. There's a Squadron Hawk that could attack for the kill. Alright, and everyone comes in. Patrick Chapin extends the hand, and congratulations to Matt Bass winning that game. Takes down Chapin in 2 long games. Yeah. Matt Nass kept getting these board states that just looked unbeatable.
Yeah, his draw seemed a bit stronger, I guess. It seemed like they both kind of drew the same cards that game, and Matt Nass just pushed them anyway.
Okay, Matt Nass, I can't pinpoint what exactly happened that caused Chapin to lose that game to be out of
Do you think it was the second Stoneforge Mystic he played, maybe? Maybe he should have just kept going for it?
Yeah, that's probably true.
Or was that the first game he did that?
I think this game he played the second one. No, never mind. He sorted it in, and then he attacked and killed Matt Nass's Stoneforge. It's kind of, I don't really know what happened where Pat fell so behind. I can't pinpoint it now.
I'd say, watch some replays of that game. Maybe you could figure out something about the mirror that
Matt Nass.
I don't even feel like I'm seeing yet. It's such a complicated mirror.
The Jason did stay in play for a long while.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the big point. And although Pat had no real way to get through Jace, that was a big advantage for Pat. The attendance today was 1189. We have one more round to go after this. 12 seconds left in this round, so about 15 minutes away from our next match.
Only one more round today? Man, it went so fast,
I know. See a lot of things going on.
New players at time in the round. Active players finish your turn. Take
Especially in
5
China
additional
right now.
turns.
Everyone's getting tired of seeing these COD-GO matches, but we can't help it. They play what they play.
There's a lot of COD-GO in the room, and a lot of the best players are playing it. So
we don't have access to the standings right now. Unfortunately, we won't be able to.
sure.
Or Matt Nass.
I'll like that.
Either or.
Either or both, or
Yeah. Sure. Chapin's signing some books out there.
Yeah, Chapin's busy signing some next level magics.
We got Chapin in here. Hand him up a little bit. Guys can ask him some questions. Always a fan favorite.
Chapin might not want to cover the booth. He's sometimes a little.
Yeah, see, the players are thinking depriving the Jace might have been wrong.
What?
And that's true. When he deprived Jace, if he doesn't deprive Jace, it lets it resolve. And then Matt has to play a Squadron Hawk so he doesn't get